Hello everyone, this is Introvert Shy Guy, and welcome back to No More Heroes. Okay, so where we left off, we defeated Harvey Volодарski, now we just need to accumulate some money and to go to the next challenge. So yeah, anyway, today is July the 2nd, so yeah, before we begin, I want to see how Genie's doing.
You hungry?
I always love doing that. I know this is kind of the same thing over and over. Like I've seen this before, so I think this is the last time I'm probably gonna do those little Genie petting thingies or segments. I don't know. It's the same thing as usual, so I'm probably not gonna do it anymore. All right. So anyways, considering that we're getting close to, finishing this game, like now obviously getting some money is going to take some time and stuff. So I was thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to continue doing jobs like such as the regular job and the assassin mission killing thing, but I'm probably gonna cut just some, usually at points where I'm not talking and everything, I'm going to cut these parts out. So how I'm doing, how I do that assassin mission where you get $75,000 and stuff. I was thinking that whenever I do something like this, I usually don't talk very much during these parts, so I'm probably going to have to cut the part, once it begins, I'll cut the part to the point where I finish it and stuff. So then, it wouldn't, because honestly I don't want to keep those parts in the videos where I'm not talking and everything, so I might as well just cut it out just to shorten the video a bit, take out the unnecessary parts. That also includes some of these jobs, besides the coconut collecting thing, which is the only job I can talk and everything. If I do a different job, because if I want more money as fast as possible, and yet I can't talk in these, then I would also cut out these parts where I'm not talking. So basically I'm gonna try to shorten these moments where I'm getting money and stuff, just and only keep those that where I'm actually talking and stuff. Anyway, so the next job is meow meow. Capture the escaped cats. Use some foxtail grass to attract the cat's attention. $3,000. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. I don't know if I'll be able to talk in this part, but we'll see. But I guess I could say the one thing I actually do want to talk about is, remember in my last gameplay where I talk about, moving out of the state and going into detail on how I'm going to do. I mean, of course I've talked about it in my other gameplays, but I'm talking about the one in No More Heroes where I said I'd talk about it in the next gameplay. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk about. So anyway, I guess for those of you who don't know, I plan on moving out of the state, not this way, okay. Not right away, but at some point, because I just really don't like living in this state. I feel like, it's, I want to move to a state that has better human rights, better weather. It's also getting kind of hot and everything, and also better climate, because now that there's hurricanes that are happening and stuff. By the way, I'm aware that there's now Hurricane Elsa, and we don't know if it's going to hit the mainland of Florida, but though it might. Right now it's Category 1. Hopefully, I'll be alright. I wouldn't want the hurricane to hit where I am, but if it was a Category 1 hurricane by the time it hits us, I'd be alright, because I survived a Category 2, so I don't think this one would be too bad, hopefully. I don't know. Anyway. Meow. I don't really understand the unspoken rules of Stand and Destroy. Try to think a little more like a cat. Meow. Gotta find those cats before they sit busy. I love meow, cats. So much that I keep to meow many of them. I go crazy when one of the cuties gets out. If you like cats too, then lend me a helping hand. A helping paw. Actually, it said paw. Fuck. The god of cats is rolling around, purring happily. Search for them. Alright, let's see if I'm able to talk and stuff. If not, I'm gonna like show some parts of how I do it and stuff, but then cut the part out. Let the cat search begin, yeah. Because the cat's not fled into the water. Use Fox to grab the cat's attention. Oh, okay.
2, 1.
So anyway, hold on. Let me first find the cat, and then I can like continue talking. Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay. You only like move the cat tail when it asks you to. Sorry about that. Anyway, and this is gonna be kind of tricky because sometimes the cats may blend in. I mean, of course, if they're on the grass, I can see them. Yeah. Anyway, so obviously Hurricane Elsa is approaching, and I hope it doesn't like hit mainland. It'd be like kind of like Dorian in a way. Like, remember when I thought it was actually going to hit Florida, and then it turns out at the last moment. Hold on, let me maybe have to grab its attention. Like, I thought it was going to hit Florida, and then right at one moment it just skidded by. Like, it just made a huge curve and basically missed us. It didn't even land in Florida, so I was so happy about that. But I overreacted to the point where, like, unfortunately, I had to ask my mom to reserve a hotel and a plane ticket, which she did. But then at the last moment, I had a feeling it wasn't going to hit us, so I asked her to cancel it, and she did. But we still had to pay that $300. I mean, I don't know how much it was, but some amount of money for reserving both the plane and the hotel. So I was kind of bummed that like I wasted money just for something that didn't happen. Fuck. That's the wrong thing when I was talking. Anyway, but I guess the bright side to this is that how we got stimulus checks from the pandemic and stuff, the pandemic relief stimulus checks, and you could say, sorry, I had to scratch before I was going to move. So we got the stimulus checks, and you could say that it probably made up for that lost money, like, from reserving. Yeah, so I mean, like, the stimulus checks that we received kind of made up for that bad reservation that I did. So, just try to find the cats. This is actually pretty hard because you have to find them and stuff. So you could say the stimulus checks kind of made up for... Oh shit! I did not notice it was on my map! Fuck! I'm sorry, I did not notice that my map would tell me where there's a cat. Fuck, I'm sorry. It doesn't tell you where exactly, but it would have been a huge help had I noticed earlier. Oh, that's okay. Normally, I don't think I'd be doing this thing because I feel like it's still kind of tricky to talk on like the coconut thing. Silver, not bad. Okay. Let's see what assassin mission they offer. Third rater, it's the same thing. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, right. I don't even know how much money I should earn for the next one. I think it's 450,000. I don't know. Nevertheless, I'm going to. After I do this, then I'm going to go to Beefhead Videos and Thunder Ryu to learn new moves and stuff. So, I'll be doing those anyway. Alright, what is this? We already did that. Kill the wrestling, no. Rounding body precision, secret. Oh! Extreme fight, struggle against all odds, kill all targets, all other details will be a nice surprise. That's interesting, but I don't know. Kill as many as you can, enemies are armed with live ammo. Mission ends when all targets are dead. Oh, it's just like the gun thing. It's kind of annoying though. I'm gonna just do this one because it's 75,000. It's the one I know, So yeah, I'm gonna do this one. And when we reach there and the countdown happens, I'm gonna cut that part out because obviously I never talk in these parts. So I'm going to do this one. Yeah. I'll probably do the secret one, maybe off screen, because I am curious. That depends if I still have time, though. If my uncle's gonna show up, I mean, actually, no way, I can still do it while the video's processing and stuff. So yeah, I could do it off screen and then tell you guys in the next gameplay what that thing was, but we'll see. And if it gives me a shit ton of money, then I could then just save the game, like, so that I can, like, keep it, you know? Yeah, I can do that. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in regards to that hurricane that's showing up. I mean, hopefully it doesn't become too bad when it hits us, or if it, I hope it misses, like, misses where we live. So, you know, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I finished this topic before, but yeah, I was gonna say the stimulus checks kind of made up for the money lost for reserving the stuff. So yeah, that to make things short, basically, I don't know if I've already. I know I was talking about it, but I didn't know. I don't remember if I like finished the topic, you know. So, but now I finished it. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing this. So I'm going to now cut this part out. All right, I did it. That was really quick, by the way. Maybe I'll get a gold in this one. Let's see. That's nice. Anyway, so hold on. Let me see how much I got. Wait. Oh, silver. Maybe I should have. I think it should have been much faster. But I'm assuming that it's basically if you do this, finish this challenge quick, then you probably get a gold. Maybe this was not quick enough. I don't know. All right. Oh wow! Now I have 300. Sweet. I thought, you know. Oh yeah, because there was a shit ton of money. So let me go to. Let's first go to Beefhead Video's place, or Thunder Ryu, or wherever's closer. Yeah. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah. So the climate. That's another thing. While I'm going to move out. Another thing is also political. Obviously, I feel like Florida has went from a swing state to a red state, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a solid red state, especially with all the voter restrictions happening. So, yeah. So it's kind of. I remember when I was little, when I was getting into politics and stuff, and my dad told me about, oh, there are solid blue states, there are solid red states, and then there are swing states, and we live in a swing state. And it kind of made me so happy because you also bear in mind, like at the time back then, my family, we were not partisan, but my parents tend to support the Democrats because they're like not as warmongering as Republicans. Like the Iraq War kind of, you know, really pissed them off and stuff. I know Democrats also collaborated with doing this stuff, but you have to bear in mind this was back then when, you know, we didn't have much internet and they only knew about the establishment politics, so they kind of subscribed to the whole, like, to voting Democrat and stuff. My parents got their citizenship in 2005, so 2006 was the only time they were able to vote. I don't know if my dad voted for, or my parents voted for either. Oh shit, now it's 16,000, fuck. I don't know if my parents voted for Bill Nelson or, you know, like basically voted in the Senate race and the governor's race. It'd be pretty interesting though. I mean, of course I wouldn't fault them if they did. You have to remember back then we didn't know about progressive politics and everything. All of it is establishment. They get their stuff from mainstream media, so they wouldn't know, honestly. And I mean, I would forgive them for that, especially if this was like a long time ago, you know. Although I know there were like people like Howard Dean, Howard Dean when he was progressive at that point, and of course Dennis Kucinich and Ralph Nader back then running for president in 2004. Those were the progressives, but my parents probably didn't know any of that because, you know, mainstream media probably blocked them, and also they couldn't vote. So, you know, back in 2004, so it didn't really matter. All right, so what is this? Train to increase. Oh yeah, why am I reading this? Okay, so yeah, let's do this one. Anyway. This part I don't really talk that much, so I'm probably going to also cut this part out. Alright, I finished. So, I guess from now on, when I do those training parts, I'm probably going to skip them. I mean, because like you guys already know what I do. There's nothing new or anything. I think maybe I'll like keep when I get the new katana and he teaches and he makes me do those lift things. Maybe I could keep that because it's been a while, I guess, or probably cut it out. I mean, if it's stuff you guys already seen, I'll probably cut these parts, you know. So yeah, now I upgraded my health. Looks darker green, I would say. Alright, so yeah. So I'll probably cut these parts out. So, yeah, I you know, my dad, like, told me that, like, we live in a swing state. And also, like, you know, that gave me an impression, like, back then when I thought, oh, like, Democrats good, Republican bad. I thought, like, you know, like, the blue states would be the good states and the red states are the bad states, and we live in a swing state. I mean, so of course that gave me the impression that, oh, okay, we're like in between and everything. We're not blue state, but I was still thankful that, oh, I live in a state where my vote counts, you know, like I don't live in a state where if I vote, it doesn't count in the presidential race. Well, now, honestly, from how things have turned out, especially when Trump was president, so the state fully embraced the Trumpism part of Trumpism for the Republican Party. So it's like a Trumpist state, basically. So in a way, it kind of turned into a red state. So okay, there's no video. That's actually good. So it saves me money. So
don't get yourself killed.
I mean, now it's an open question. What if a Republican establishment candidate like wins? And of course, it's not going to happen. Like say if they win in 2024, you know, then would the state vote for that Republican, or does it have to be strictly a Trump Republican kind of guy? You know, I know for a fact if Ron DeSantis was the GOP nominee in 2024, yeah, my vote like means dick in the, you know, presidential race because he's governor of this state. So like if he was a nominee, then I know for a fact my vote doesn't matter for shit. So I might as well just vote like, so everyone who lives in Florida, you might as well just vote third party, like, because what does it matter? Unless they're a progressive wins event, which I doubt it in like 2024, unfortunately. With Nina Turner, when she wins her House seat, she like runs for president. I mean, and like wins a nominee. I mean, wishful thinking, because like now the Democratic establishment is like deeply entrenched. And I mean, also another thing is because, you know, she'd have to get name recognition and she would be brand new and stuff. I know like Sanders can endorse her, but she'd probably only get like what, 20 or 30. I mean, I would urge her, like, you know, to try or something if she can, you know, because like we do need a progressive, because it's like if not, we'd either have Joe Biden as the 2024 Dem nominee if he decides to run again, which is, you know, I don't know, kind of unlikely, but he might, or Kamala Harris. So yeah, who knows? Anyway, okay, so there's nothing to get. I think there will be parts to get once I get the new katana, you know? By new, I mean the last one, the one that is modeled after Thunder Ryu's katana, much later, so yeah, those are the only parts I'll get. And okay, so we didn't get a VCR tape, we didn't get anything from there, so essentially, we can now just go back and do another job, the coconut collecting thing, because I'm still talking about stuff, and like, you know, try to see if we can maybe finish this thing off. Yeah, so let's do that. Anyway, so yeah, so I thought my vote would count, especially, and I was living in the swing state, so maybe that like my current condition in terms of what's a good state would be like, you know, I thought I was living in a good state. It turns out I was living in a shitty state right now at the moment. Actually, Florida was always a shitty state. Now, I mean, it's a bad state to live in, but in terms of vacationing, you know, it's a fantastic state to vacation in. So I know you've probably heard negative things about Florida, but I guarantee you, just visit the state to vacation, like, you know, because it's a really great state to vacation in. This is a really bad state to live in, you know. So that's all I would say, you know. Like, obviously, like coming to visit, especially during the winter time, because it's like it's cold. It gets cold, but not like freezing cold, you know. So the weather is usually nice and everything. Oh, it's only in the summer where it gets really, really hot, but you know. All right, yeah. So yeah, we'll do the coconut thing because, like I said, I'm still talking and stuff. I'd only do the other jobs if I have nothing to talk about at the moment, and just so then I can like quickly get to where I need to be. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully I would get to speed, but I think I'll get to her, especially considering I have over 300,000. So yeah, I think it'll happen. All right. So anyway, I mean, actually, to be fair, I don't know if I actually did think of like, oh, red states are the worst states, and like oh, okay, sorry, I was pressing the down button, the down D-pad instead of the B button for break, so my bad. Anyway, so I don't know if I actually thought of it back then. I thought red states are bad. I mean, maybe it was probably, I think it was in 2012, not when I was in middle school, like 2008. Back then I used to think, and this was my first presidential election that I was exposed to, like I remember, I mean, I didn't watch the news or anything, but I remember like hearing about this thing about, oh, new presidential election, you know, I heard about John McCain, I heard about Hillary Clinton back then, and then I also heard of Barack Obama. My dad said, oh yeah, no, this Barack Obama guy, he's actually really like getting steamed. And then of course then there's Hillary Clinton. And you know, back then at that time, I mean, I was actually kind of sexist back then, but of course, I mean, I wasn't like that demeaning to women and stuff. Like I never like treated my like girls in general, like be it my elementary or middle school classmates, or even my cousins and stuff, defeat my like girls in general like as lesser and stuff. But I had this opinion, like this one political opinion, where I actually viewed that women are not fit to be like leaders of a country. So back then I was kind of against Hillary Clinton being president only because she was a woman. Of course, like now obviously that doesn't really matter. Bear in mind I voted for Jill Stein in my very first presidential election. But you know, that's what I believed back then. Barack Obama I was actually like fine with. You know, and then of course there was like, you know, John McCain and stuff, and I heard, and bear in mind, back then I didn't know what their political views were. I didn't know about politics in general, but at least my dad told me that, yeah, we're doing this presidential election, it's going to happen soon, so look forward to it. And, you know, I never watched the news or anything, but it's like, I've seen political advertisements actually, and this was at the time. The one thing that made me be in favor of Obama is like, one, my parents were in favor of Obama because, like I said, they despised the Iraq War and stuff, and Obama said he was against it. And also another thing I heard negative ads from Obama's side, where he criticized John McCain for being for oil companies and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be for John McCain, I'm going to be for Obama because he's good for the environment, which he was, although not like, you know, revolutionary in terms of environmental protection. And also bear in mind when he shit on the economic side of stuff, and especially politically, like, you then would lose the House and the Senate to Republicans. So he lost the House in 2010, but it's like if he would have been bolder before, and if he did environmental protection back then when he had supermajority in both the House and the Senate, you know, then he would have done something. He didn't do shit during these 2 years when he was in office. So of course he lost that channel, purposely lost actually. That's the point, you know. Democrats are controlled opposition. They don't really help, like, you know, people in general. They're just, you know, they're controlled opposition. Especially the Florida Democratic Party. Like, another, like, you know how I was talking about the politics in Florida? The Democratic Party in this state is so fucking bad that they are literally 100% controlled opposition. Like, it's like, guys, if you think, you know, the Democratic Party in general, like, in the House of Representatives and the Senate are, like, useless and stuff. Oh, shit. Okay, that's a shame. I should have gotten one, but I was greedy at the time. That's okay. Like, guys, if you thought Democrats were feckless or useless, the Democrats in Florida are, like, even worse. Because, like, because the state is extremely, like, neoliberal and stuff. Like, even the voters are neoliberal. Like, you know, I don't have faith in the people of Florida. They're just so fucking ignorant, honestly. Mainly it's the older generation. The younger ones, I mean, I don't know. It's because the state has a huge population of older voters. So, yeah, that's to be expected to be heavily populated with extreme far-right conservatives or fucking neoliberals. And bear in mind, even in the Democratic primary in 2020, this was actually really fascinating that, like, Democratic primary voters at the time, especially during the time when Sanders was, like, surging, people were settling for Mike Bloomberg in this state. You know, so it just goes to show you how, like, horrible the electorate is, you know? So, like, it would have been so fascinating if Bloomberg took the state of Florida, and it just shows you everything wrong with the state. But, I mean, of course, he dropped out, and Biden, like, won Super Tuesday, so then it flipped to Biden, so, you know. But, I mean, it's to be expected. Like, the state, like, just fucking hates progressives and stuff. I mean, or, like, hates, and also it's not, like, it never elects progressives. I mean, of course, I know... Hold on, there we go. That's what you get for, shit, for playing this on the Wii. For driving things, it's just not that right. It's okay. Anyway, so, also I'm aware Alan Grayson is, like, running. He doesn't have a website for a Senate campaign. I think he's working on it. It is really early anyway, but, you know, I actually gave him, like, you know, $10 for his campaign because like he's the only politician I would vote for in the Senate. You know, unless there's a new blood progressive, because I'm actually in favor of a new progressive instead of Grayson, because you know he's already been around and stuff, so maybe it'd be someone new. But if nobody steps up, then I'm going for Grayson, and thankfully he's running, but he's unfortunately gonna lose to fucking Val Demings. And of course, when Val Demings is nominee, I'm voting third party again, or writing Alan Grayson actually. Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's do this one. All right. Yes.
May you find your
So anyway, yeah, what else? So yeah, politics in the state is really shit, so I'm gonna move to a state that has better politics. And the only states that, I mean, they still have some corruption, but not as much as Florida, and some parts are like better in some ways. And those states are Colorado, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Right now I'm leaning towards Massachusetts because, you know, Colorado, you know, it has environmental problems, like, you know, there's a drought going on, like the Colorado River is drying up, wildfires and stuff, so yeah, the state is being heavily affected by climate change, and it's gotten to the point where I think I have to live in Massachusetts, because it's the only state that has a favorable environment. I'm aware, this is actually extremely rare, but hurricanes can hit the New England area, like look at Hurricane Sandy. Of course it hit New Jersey, it was in the mid-Atlantic area, not New England, but it was very close. Like, of course, like, you know, these areas, like Massachusetts was also affected, so not as bad as New Jersey, but yeah, but it's like extremely rare, you know, and like, you know, it also gives you enough time to move out of the way, unlike say the Florida hurricanes. So yeah. Okay, I got it. So yeah, hold on. Just gotta wait for this thing to move on. I mean, I don't have to, but... Alright. How much money do I still have? Hold on. 420. I think it's 450, yeah. So... 4.5. So let's do the 30,000 one, yeah. The assassin mission, that's 30,000. Jeez, I hope it's like, you know, more than that. Or actually, you know what? No, let's do the fucking 75,000 actually. So like, because the more the merrier, right? And I thought I could just do that because it's like more simple, but I seem to gotten the hang of it, so maybe I could do it again. Yeah. So yeah, politics of the state, climate with the hurricanes and stuff. You know, you know, obviously I really fucking hate living in the South. I feel like the South is like, you know, that's where like the most sickly people live and everything. Like, especially because of the politics and everything. So, you know, hence it's like that's why I like really want to move out of the state, because like, you know,
Hello, Travis.
I just want to live in a state that has like better human rights and, you know, a better environment. So that's why I want to move out.
May you find your
Anyway, so it's just basically me repeating what I said and stuff. I don't know how I would title this video because I feel like I mentioned it before. Maybe I could just say reasons why I want to move out, I guess. Yeah, something like that. And especially when considering politics, these states, like both Colorado, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, they're semi-closed primaries, so independents can vote in these primaries. Now, of course, Colorado, I'm aware during the presidential primaries it used to be a closed caucus, but then they moved it to a closed primary. I mean, semi-closed primary, which I actually agree. I feel like caucuses are unnecessary. I am aware that they tend to help out progressives like a lot, especially when you remember Bernie Sanders and even Barack Obama won like caucuses heavily, whereas primary states kind of varies. So, you know, yeah, I mean, like it or not, caucuses actually help out progressives, and when the DNC kind of removed caucuses, it kind of was not that great for progressives. But then again, of course, I am very principled, so I am for primaries over caucuses any day, you know. So, but I'd rather have it like, you know, primaries, open primaries with ranked choice voting, you know, then I would be heavily for those things, you know? Ah, got it. I was actually running low on time. But yeah, I did it. I think now I have enough money, so